Welcome to BFS TV. I'm Matt Monero with my partner and founder of Business Finishing School, Rick Sapio. I hope you're enjoying these BFS TV episodes. You know, they live on our website. They also live on the Business Finishing School YouTube channel. And why don't you share them out? Hey, don't be afraid to hit that little thumbs up thing and the subscription button to help us. Every time you guys do that, leave us comments and tell us that these BFS TV episodes are helping you. It's like fuel for the two of us. We like it. It keeps us motivated to do more for you. On today's BFS TV episode, we're going to talk about something you've heard us talk about before, what we call the BSI quotient. Rick, take it away.
Business Success Index. When I first met this man 5 years ago, he was Superman. I've been Superman. I know a lot of Supermen and Superwomen. What are they doing? They're killing themselves, taking the entire burden of the business and dropping it on their heads. My business, my name's on the door, my social security number, me, I, me. And Supermen and Superwomen are killing you. They're pissing off the people around you. They're hurting you. So what did we do? We took the BSI index, which is basically 10 questions that we created, and you rank yourself from 1 to 10. Go to getmybsi.com. And what happened the first time you took the BSI?
I had scored a 39 on it, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, it was like, a big failing fat F for me. I didn't even really understand how it was possible. But the key to taking the test, and I'd like to remind you all, is you got to be honest about it. You're not fooling anybody. I mean, when Rick and I see someone take the test and they score like a 90, the only thing we know is the guy or gal wasn't honest with themselves.
I passed this out to an audience of about 300 people a couple of years ago. This guy stood up. He's a very arrogant guy. I said, anybody that got a score of 80, stand up. And 3 people stood up in this big room. And this guy goes, I got a 92. And there was a girl sitting next to him, like kind of a younger girl, a little bit intimidated by this big, tall, huge guy. And I said, what do you do? She goes, I work for him. Well, I said, everybody who works for somebody, do the score through their eyes. So this guy got a 92, and guess what the girl scored for the same business? A 19. A 19!
Yeah.
Here's the thing, Supermen and Superwomen, you're lying to yourself. That's why we created the BSI. Here's the great thing about it. It's an objective measure of how your business compares with one time frame over the next. So when your BSI score goes up 10 points, that means a 50% revenue growth. And you experienced it.
I did. I mean, my most recent score 30 days or so ago was an 82 on the BSI. Was an 82.
39 to 82.
39 to 82 in increments, though, right? I mean, I've taken the test multiple times over the last 4 years, and it's gone up progressively. But, the other thing that's important is I had a $100 million business that was broken at 39, and now this year we'll do 158 million. 2018 we did 158 million, and I feel like it's very well run now.
And you're way more present.
Yeah.
So what I'm experiencing with this man next to me, who I've known intimately for 5 years, is he's got simplicity, probability, and leverage. Exactly what we're selling you in the program. So implement it, put it on the ground, get your people to boot camp, summit, live events. You know what's funny about you is he went to the first 2 summits at the Dallas Marriott, the Marriott Beltline, which is on Quorum Road. He went there alone, 2 times by himself. I said, Matt, bring your team. He brought his team, the results happened, and then he bought into the company. That's why he's sitting here next to me.
But here's something that happened somewhat recently with me, with somebody on our management team. And we were talking, and I was watching her body language tighten up, right? And I said, look, I on this topic that we're talking about, I just see you get real tight. What's going on? And she says, because I just want you to enjoy your role. We got it, right? I just want you to be the CEO and the visionary of the organization. I've got my department, Jim's got his department, Richard's got his department, Vanessa's got her department. We really don't need you in it. And so
just go in the back and make BFS TV videos. Get the hell out of here. Isn't that awesome though?
It's a little bit of a weird transition. I caution you that when you really embrace the idea to kill Superman or Superwoman, it won't be an instantaneous switch, although I'm sure you've seen it sometimes, but it will take a little bit of time. But it's the far side of complexity, right? You're on this other side of things that says, wow, it really can run well without me having to be in charge of it all. It's also the magic gift of entrepreneurship when you're able to empower other people to really take a ball and run with it.
You know what's interesting about what we're talking about? Matt and I interviewed a guy recently. It was a very interesting interview because this guy built a company from 0 to 5 million in revenue. He used all the principles that we're teaching you. And he got to the point where his hired gun president said, let me run the business. He goes, well, what am I going to do? They said, go find something else to do. And the guy was very passionate about old cars. So he started working the desk for $10 an hour, the front counter of an auto parts store. And we're like, why are you working at an auto parts store? He goes, well, I love working I love old cars, and I'm retired. And the guy was so young, and you said, you look really young to be retired.
The structure that he put in place basically worked him out of a job that he now gets paid for by a company that runs on the probability and simplicity and the leverage that he created. So I just challenge you on it. For those of you who are like, man, I can't get there, I'm here to just challenge you that you can get there. You can, but it starts by testing out. And that's the principle of the episode today. You need to test out by going to getmybsi.com. Be honest with yourself, take the test. You'll score probably a 30 or a 40, and then you got to get yourself enrolled or re-enrolled or re-immersed in the Business Finishing School content, and let's get that scores up. Things really begin to change. Rick, when do you really start to see it? Like in the 50s, 60s, when things really begin to move?
I think when that first 10-point jump happens. So if you're 19 and you go to 29, or you're 29 you go to 39, that's when it happens. But here's the thing. Have your spouse take it with you. Compare notes. Some people are just completely in denial about how bad things are. And then get your people to a live event. We do them twice a year. We have an amazing lineup of speakers every time. Get your people there. Get them immersed in this culture, because you know who's going to win? You.
Hey, we'll see you soon.